Can't stand up in this meeting. Oh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know she's a.
Okay, I have some announcements. This meeting is being recorded by the local scene. Anyone intending to make an audio or video recording of this meeting should notify the chair at this time. There are several volunteer opportunities at the Council on Aging, including, but not limited to, Meals on Wheels volunteers, volunteer help at the cafe, volunteers needed with computer skills, and senior tax write-off volunteer opportunities. If you are interested in any of these or would just like to volunteer in general, reach out to the director, Holly. Reminder that the email for the advisory board is coa-ab@kingstonmass.gov. And I've been checking the emails and haven't seen any activity at this time. So right now, is anybody here for open forum?
Just in that chair over there.
Oh,
That's okay. You want to sit? We can stand, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to. It's okay. It's so good.
you're so cute. We want to see you on TV.
So we are here from the Kingston Public Library Foundation. So just a little bit of a background there are when we think of the library, there are 3 different and separate parties. So we just want to clarify that we are not part of the actual library itself. We are the foundation. There's also the Friends of the Library, which does some fundraising too. And again, separate from what we are here for today.
Like the Friends do like the book drive and the book corner and things like that. What the foundation is, we raise funds to kind of supplement what the town gives the library to help with like programming and author talks and all the events like that the librarians hold and things like that. So we help with that part.
So I'm Kimberly, by the way. We kind of skipped over that. I'm Kimberly Sprague. I'm actually the vice president of the board, newly elected. I've been on the board, the foundation, since 2024.
I'm Sarah Ertz. I am also on the foundation board. I'm head of like social media. So if you guys are on Facebook or whatever thing, that's kind of my role, is getting the word out there of things that we are doing and information about the library to support them and all the good things that the library has to offer.
So I know Sarah already mentioned a little bit about what we are, but we're a private nonprofit fundraising organization comprised entirely of volunteers from the community. So we're all from Kingston, and we were formed over 15 years ago. We do currently have about 12 members on the board. We are looking for some more. And the reason we're here today to kind of give this information to you all is that we are really looking to diversify the representation on the board. We would love to have some voices from the senior demographic. So we were hoping to give you guys a little more information and answer any questions you might have about who we are and what we do. So as Sarah said, you know, our mission is really to support the library, to supplement what the town does budget-wise for them. We have a little bit less red tape, a little bit less things to go through, like budgeting-wise, we can fundraise and supplement that for them. So some of the things we've done, ensuring equal access to quality materials and programs for youth and adults. So for example, in 2020, during the building's closure due to the pandemic, we spearheaded and funded the renovation of the children's room, which was fantastic. And then in 2025, we were just chatting about this with some of you before we started. We applied for and received the T-Mobile Hometown Grant. So we used that to redo the lobby area of the library. So it's refurnished, nice and inviting area to sit down and read. We welcome you all to check it out. So that was something the foundation did for the library.
We also like have a scholarship. So the Sid Stewart Staff Scholarship Funds.
This tent was so
it provides funds for the library staff to go and further their education. So if they would like to go back to school or if they want to go to a lecture or things like that, we help provide funds so they can make that happen, to then bring that back to the library to help the community with things like that. And then also, like I said, we help fund the story time and music circles and things in the kids' room. Also, yeah, more on the adult side. We're gonna start bringing, I've heard, more community events to here for you all. And that's helped also funded by the KPL.
So the foundation operates with a lot of different subcommittees to accomplish our goals. So they're mobilized around specific tasks, give you an idea of what some of us do on the board. So we have an events subcommittee. We tend to do one big fundraising event every year. This year it's going to be the Live Brewery. So it will be an event at the library where local breweries will come and you buy your ticket and you get, a glass and so many pours from each brewery, which is really neat, food trucks, that sort of thing. That was done in 2022 as well. It was a big success. We've also done the Endless Possibilities Gala was last year. Yeah, big fancy gala. It was a lot of fun. It's actually where they recruited me and got me on the board.
We also did a carnival too, that was 3 years ago, I think. Right in the library parking lot, we had carnival games, and then we set up mini putt throughout the library. And so all of those funds also went back to the library.
So that's one of the subcommittees is, people on the board can participate in planning and, making those events happen. We also have a board development and nominating committee. So a little bit later on or after this, we'll talk about if you are interested or know somebody who is interested, the next steps would be to meet with them. And they kind of do a little informal interview, learn more about who you are and what we do and see if it would be a good fit for everybody. There's also donor recruitment and solicitation. So asking for donations from the community is a big part of what we do. Also donor recognition. So we get those donations and we want to say thank you. So people on the board help us with that. Communications, social media, as Sarah said, and finance. A lot of those roles are already filled within the board. So really, my first year was a lot of kind of finding my place. Where do I fit in here? Something I want to do. I love the library. I want to give back. I want to volunteer. So if you're hearing that list and not really sure, that's okay. We'll help, figure out ways that you can contribute.
That's that's why we're here, because we want to make the library a place for everybody, and bringing other people on board brings different ideas. So maybe there's a space that we're lacking that y'all could help with and bring that idea back to the table, and we can make it happen.
Absolutely. So if you are interested or know, if this is jogging your mind, oh, this would be perfect for so-and-so, they would love this. The first step would be to reach out and get in touch via email. So it's info@kplf.org. We also are going to leave these here. So there's more information about who we are, what we do, and the contact info is on there as well. There's a QR code, but there's also other ways to get in touch. So we'll leave those for you all, and we can even link some in. I know you guys had a great setup. We were looking at all the cool flyers and programs and whatnot you have out there. So we'd be happy to leave them there for anyone as well.
Thank you.
Questions?
But we're not able to respond. We're a board, so it would have to be an agenda item.
Got it. No problem. So some of the frequently asked questions are things that we thought of. We meet once a month. In the evening, it's a Monday, second, third Monday,
The third Monday.
for about an hour in the evening in the library itself, is where we tend to meet. Subcommittees may have additional meetings. Right now, we're doing a lot of those for the library. But yeah, that's more about us. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. We'd love to hear from you.
Also, if you do have any questions or whatever, we do have Facebook pages. So I can respond to you on those, or if you have friends that have questions and think they want to come join us, feel free to just message on Facebook or email, and we can get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Sounds like fun.
Anybody else for open forum?
Guys are gonna be effective.
I just want to thank Joan Hutchison, who has left the board after an enormous amount of time with the board of 15 years, helping the seniors. when I joined the board, she had already been on it for a number of years. And she helped me enormously. And I want to say I'm very appreciative that she helped me come up with agenda items right up until the last month that I was on the board. Uh, She does more than just help the seniors. Joan is a member of the Kingston Garden Club and has been an officer on the club. And she also is a writer. She just wrote an article in the June Kingston Living magazine about gardening after retirement. And it's really a very good article. And Joan, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the 9 years that you helped me out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes. My name is Colleen Dodd, and I applied for, either an alternate or voting position on the board. I've been part of, the senior center for a number of years, actually, since I moved to Kingston, which was about 8 years ago. I'm part of the book club. I enjoy that very much. Met a lot of very nice people. I participate in some of the exercise classes. I think I participated in a crafts part. Retired special needs teacher, taught in Boston for 35 years. My mother had wanted to be part of the senior center. She recently passed, but she couldn't participate in a lot of the activities. And I think it would be nice to be on the board and see how I can help make this more of a, not that it isn't a welcoming entity, how to make it something for everybody at whatever capacity they could be involved. Welcome. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Our next item, the meeting minutes. Have you all read your secretary's report for June 10th?
Thank you.
Any questions?
I can make a motion.
Green?
Accept the minutes for June 10th, 2025.
Anybody second?
One second.
Lucy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next item, under new business, the first one, reorganization of our board for the new fiscal year. As of July 1st, our advisory board members' term dates are as follows. Donna Weinberg, myself is 2028, Gail Di Tomaso, 2028, Lucy Coletta, 2027, Maureen Elwood, 2026, Kathy Studley, 2028, and Deb Bruno, associate, 2026 renewal. So, and of course, the town needs to update their website to reflect this. Any discussion before we vote for offices? So, does anyone want to make a motion to nominate one of us for the chair?
I would like to nominate Donna for chair.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So now for a vice chair, does anyone want to make a motion to nominate a vice chair?
Gail.
Somebody has to make a motion.
Oh, I can say motion.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning. I make a
Lucy,
motion.
You want to make a motion? Anyone second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
Those opposed?
oppose anyone.
We weren't unanimous.
Yeah, we're not.
Oh, I didn't see your hand.
I hear what's up.
So everybody in favor of
Yeah,
Gail, vice chair?
yeah.
Okay,
I can she vote? Yeah,
no.
okay.
No.
So does anyone want to make a motion to nominate a secretary?
Oh, yeah,
I'd
I
like
would.
to make a motion to vote for Deb for
I second it,
secretary.
definitely.
Now, first of all, we have to ask Deb,
Oh,
are you okay
Deb.
with that?
Oh, sure.
So, make a motion?
I do.
you might.
Marlene, and seconded by Lucy,
Yes.
and all in favor?
Aye. And I vote
So,
no.
so the results are in.
The results are,
Chair, vice chair,
I've never seen everybody so
secretary.
nervous.
So,
Not fun.
so as you all voted last month, I agreed to preside over today's meeting and take the minutes.
Right.
And effective immediately, I am to continue being chair, moving forward till our next election. And effective immediately, Gail will be vice chair. So, an effective next August meeting, Deb will be the new secretary. And she will begin her duties until the next election. Now, is everybody?
Now, does she have to go to the town hall or anything where she's?
No,
stepping up?
I just reported to the
Okay.
town because she's already a member.
Sworn in.
Okay.
So the next item is resignations. In addition to Katie Starr, we have had two other board members resigning, Mary Harriman and Joan Hutchison. Let's wish them well and thank them for their contribution to our board. Katie served 10 years at the Council on Aging, 9 years on our COA advisory board in all capacities, from secretary, vice chair, all the way to chair. Mary Harriman has been a member for the last 2 years on our board. Joan Hutchison has been a member of the COA and board for almost 15 years, serving in all capacities as chair, vice chair, and secretary. It was Joan, with the help from Joe Favaloro, who persuaded me to join this board 3 years ago. Well, thank you all again, and the town will be acknowledging them and thanking them for their service. Now, we are now a board of 5 members having a couple of openings. For any others interested out there, please feel free to attend our upcoming meetings expressing your interest, possibly during an open forum. It is all a process. Once we hear of your interest, we can place you on an upcoming advisory board agenda and have discussion with you and our board members, vote, recommending sending results to the town clerk. Also, you need to send a letter of interest to the town clerk. Once they receive all that they need, they will forward information to place on the agenda at an upcoming select board meeting for approval and appointment. Final step, you're sworn in, as you all know. So anybody have any comments about the resignations or anything else to say?
What did you ask? Pauline is already in the process, am I correct?
Yes.
And can you explain where she is in the process? Do you
Well,
know?
At this point now, you've already sent your letter, so we can place you on the next month's agenda. So
So now, do we still have another opening?
We have one more.
we have one
opening.
more.
So
You're
now it
already
would
on.
be,
You're
would it,
already-
Deb wanna
And
step-
Deb can serve as secretary right now, even though she's a non-voting
voting
member.
But
right,
when
But
was
if she wishes, she can go through the process to move to a voting
All right,
position.
so does she have to write a letter? Is that what is her next step?
But I would say so.
Write a letter to selectmen.
Yes.
If you want to move into a voting position.
And we wanted to. It's just such a brat.
I'll do that. Unfortunately, there is a process that has to be done and it takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
So anything else regarding the resignations or,
Sorry to see them go.
you know? This is to you, Joan.
I hope she's watching.
Good luck, Joan. Good luck, Mary.
Good luck, Mary.
And good luck, Katie.
Well, God love Katie.
Next item, a contact list. All of you just review the list I passed out and let me know I have all your correct information necessary to communicate with you all. And usually I'll send something out and I, would think you might get back to me that you received it. But Lucy, do I have your correct information?
Maybe not.
Just if you might take a moment to just to look at the
I'm
list.
just looking for the paper that I should have. Where is,
It should be part of your package.
well, you know me, I don't read.
That stuff.
I got it. Yep, everything's correct.
Oh, good.
No voice, yep, no voicemail.
And your computer.
Mhm.
And do you get the, whatever is sent out to you on your computer?
Yep, if it works.
Okay.
If it works, I get it.
So any questions about that, or is everybody okay with the list?
Everything's fine here.
Okay. So the next item is number 4, new business, age and dementia working group update. Now, Holly, do you wish to discuss this under your director's report?
Yes.
Okay. Kathy, is anything you wish to comment on
No,
after your meeting?
again, it was a great meeting. And Holly will be able to update us with dates or whatever. I don't know what's on your director's report. But it is a great working committee. It's a great group of people that are really interested, and it's not seniors, it's all ages. It's really
Which
a
is good.
good group. And I'm sure Holly will have much more to add to that.
Okay, anybody else? So next item is new business number 5, advisory board office hours. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years back, we used to hold advisory board office hours once a month, Tuesdays 10 to 11, right before our board meeting. Each member taking a turn to sit in. Now, at that time, we didn't have much activity, so we discontinued it. And then we developed an COA advisory board email, which hasn't had a lot of activity. But now, could we have a discussion regarding bringing these office hours back? Perhaps it's up to you to talk about on a Thursday morning, a busy day, say 10:30 to 11:30 before the lunch begins. Each of us taking turns amongst ourselves to represent the board with, especially with this age and dementia working group, preparing, passing surveys out to distribute. Could this be a good idea? Especially a few of our board members are there in the dining room on Thursdays. So any comments, questions?
I know you looked right at me.
I think it's a great idea. That's just me.
Oh, yeah, speak.
People don't necessarily come online or are willing to speak, but if a friendly face is there, they're more apt to sit and talk and ask for things. And again, I'm looking at the paper surveys. I've always got this in my mind. You want to talk to us? Here's a survey. Could you fill this out when we talk? No, I just think it's great to have somebody there on a Thursday when we're busy.
And the fact is that a lot of the elderly don't have computers,
Computers,
like mine is
exactly.
very, very nasty. It either works.
And
or
it doesn't
doesn't.
have to be every week.
No.
Well, with the survey, we want to get
We
that.
want to do it once a month, we want to do it
Well,
twice a
maybe
month.
You want to do it once a week to begin with, to get the survey out?
Well, the surveys won't be ready.
Yeah,
Holly will get into that, but what do you feel about
Yeah,
it coming back? Hour before.
we can see how it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we can always.
That's really good.
I mean, once a week isn't too bad.
But again.
And it's gonna take a couple months, would
Well,
say.
Yeah, I think the office hours, I mean, we do it for, well, we were doing it for the selectmen, we do it for the police chief. Kathy Lenatra comes in once a month, so I think probably just in terms of overall, once a month would be sufficient. You may want to do it like at the end of the month, that way if there's issues or concerns that someone has, you can put it on your agenda for the following week of following month's meeting,
Yeah.
right? In terms of the survey specific to the age and dementia friendly designation, that's just a limited period of time we're talking about. So if you want to schedule your advisory board office hours for once a month, we can definitely do that.
You say last week is
I
the
think
best.
that makes sense,
I
that
think
if
that-
you have something
yeah.
you have to put on the agenda for the next month.
Yeah.
You don't want to interfere with the chief.
Yeah,
He's-
so it won't interfere.
Isn't he the third?
I think it's the
Thursday.
last.
It's either the third or fourth, yeah, but. it's
Well, we
not-
can
it's
work
not
it out.
gonna- Yeah,
So does anyone want to make a motion?
You make the motion.
There you go.
Okay.
And I can't.
Um,
You can't.
No.
No, yeah,
Okay,
yes.
make a motion to
But you can.
office hours on the last Thursday of the month.
Okay, seconded by?
This is the
This
point where
one.
you can discuss. right?
Yes.
Oh, we
it's
can.
discussion.
Oh, yes.
The police chief's hours are the fourth Thursday. When you
Okay.
say the last Thursday of the month, you're gonna conflict.
well, sometimes there's five.
Yeah.
That's where it
Yeah,
gets like, yeah,
sometimes it's five. Oh, I think.
This month has
it's
five.
Yeah,
So you would be okay if on a 5-week month, but
what time
There's
does it
five.
come in?
9:30
He's
to 10:30.
9.
Okay,
so
so
it
it
would
could
be more like
be, it could be
11.
10:30, 11, before bingo.
Before, yeah, right in between bingo. Yeah.
Cannot leave bingo. Once I sit at bingo, don't.
Well, you probably want to do it before lunch even.
Yeah.
So you could do 10:30
Yeah.
to 11 or 10:30
Yeah.
to 11:30.
On the last Thursday of the month, starting
It's a busy day.
this month.
Okay, when-
And see how it goes.
when is
If it
that,
goes
this
good, We
month?
can add the other.
So the date is 24th. No, the next week.
It would be the 31st is the last
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay, now. We
So,
want to start this
wanna do
month,
the-
or do you want to wait till August?
I'd
No,
start
do
this
this
month.
month.
I
get
think-
the survey,
So do you want to
we've been
redo that
helping.
motion?
What do you motion, Maureen?
Huh?
What do you motion?
So,
Okay, what?
Reread the motion.
so
please.
we are to have office hours the last Thursday of the month,
Right.
10:30 to 11:30,
Starting in,
starting,
Starting.
is it the 31st of
July.
of
Date is it?
July? Of this month.
Okay.
So should we say, okay with that motion?
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so
Yeah.
seconded by,
I'll second the motion.
all in favor?
Okay.
So we can work it all out. So next item, staff and committee reports. Holly?
So you all have a copy of my director's report. I can go through it. For programming, we're continuing to bring new programs and activities to the senior center. Tomorrow, we're hosting Singo, which is a program that we've had in the past. It's music bingo. And on Friday, we're introducing a new fitness class called Head to Toe Fitness, which includes strength training with light weights, bands. It focuses on flexibility, balance, and breathing and stretching. So we're going to do a demo class for that this Friday morning at 9 o'clock, which is free. And then the following Friday, we'll begin the $5 per person class at 9 a.m. So we're trying to fill, we had a fitness class that ended on the Friday mornings. So we're trying to fill in those empty spaces in our calendar. And although it feels like summer has just begun, we're already thinking about end of summer celebrations and planning for fall activities. So we're just constantly thinking ahead. So our age and dementia friendly designation update, we had a meeting yesterday. We had 9 people out of the group attend, including myself and Kathy. Joanne Zigmund from OCPC led the meeting via Zoom, and we discussed the methods that will be utilized for promoting and distributing the survey. We'll be using a variety of sources to promote the survey, including the town website, Facebook, the Silver Lake Regional School System newsletters, and events around Kingston. One of the events that came up was the library event that the ladies were talking about today. Print versions of the survey will be available, as well as digital versions that can be accessed with a QR code, much like you see on the brochure from the library. The final version of the survey will be distributed to the working group by July 19th. And then it will go out to the public until September 27th. So we have reviewed the draft of the survey. Joanne there was a couple of suggestions, changes that we had that either were specific to Kingston or felt like we didn't need because it wasn't applicable to us. So we'll get the final survey, and then the survey will go live to the public. It will be available via this QR code, and it will also be available, what we discussed yesterday, in places that people tend to linger, was the term that we use. So here at the COA, people that are at the library, not so much that the town hall or at a breakfast restaurant, things like that, where people are more just transactional. Those will be available for the QR code, and people will be encouraged to just do them online. It's a 10-minute, maybe less than 10-minute survey. And all of those results will be tabulated by OCPC. So over the course of between July 19th and September 27th, all of the results will be tabulated, but halfway through, we start to focus on those areas, those domains that we're finding we're getting the most response in, and the most what the community is saying they want to focus on. So it's all coming together. It may seem slow, but we did end up pushing it out a couple weeks, knowing that the committee felt like later on in the summer would be a better time for people to start, getting back into the routine of kids going back to school and going back to work, not as many vacations. We just felt like that was a better timeline. So it's great. It's a really good working group. They have a ton of ideas, and I think we're all working well together. So
They have a
will be
lot of,
coming up at selectmen's meetings and library meetings, and it's a town-wide initiative. Again, it's not a COA driven thing, but
Board of Health, Healthy Kingston is gonna have it on their channel a couple of times on their
the show.
show.
Yeah, the show.
And again, it amazes me, being probably the oldest one on the board, but it amazes me that there are so many younger people that are really thinking about it, and that's what we want.
Mhm.
Because again, it is
Yeah.
not a sprint, it's a marathon. So anybody in their 50s now, in 5 or 6 years, you're looking at 60.
Right.
So they're at least thinking. And it's very interesting to talk to people. They're excited about it.
Mhm.
So I think it's great. I really can't say enough about it. It's not going to cost anything. It's just costing time and energy. And it will give the town a good perspective of what might be needed.
Yeah, just provides
So,
a
yeah,
roadmap. So.
yeah. It's really a good thing.
A quick transportation updates. We have an additional van driver that started last week. Her name is Deborah Jenkins. She's begun internal training, riding on the van, learning the manifests in our reporting system. She will attend GATRA training soon, and she'll be official to drive the van within a couple of weeks. In fiscal year 25, we provided 3,575 rides to seniors through our transportation program. For outreach, Jenny has been doing a great job getting out into the community and visiting agencies that we partner with, including food pantries, assisted living facilities, faith organizations, and more. She has also been researching grant opportunities for outreach programs. That's something that Deb was helping her identify for initiatives that she would like to implement. That, would be supplemented through our department budget. And then I did give you a Excel spreadsheet I always find it interesting to see how the cafe is doing month over month. In June, we served 303 meals, and we closed out the fiscal year serving 3,222 meals. And so for June, keep in mind we had 2 events, back-to-back weeks, and then we were closed 1 week, the holiday. So really, cafe day essentially was one Thursday, but we did have those events as well. So just a little snapshot there.
Very good.
Thank you, Holly, for all you do. So, next item, I don't have an official chairman's report, but I'd like to say I'm thrilled to be voted as chair. I hope our board can all move forward in a positive direction in the coming months, working together with Holly, doing what a board does, respecting each other's opinions, all equally having a voice with valuable contribution and participation, representing our Kingston COA and our senior community. I hope you can all feel comfortable with me having your support, always knowing you can, contact me with any questions, comments, or concerns. As a once famous wise person said, be nice.
Be nice. Who that person?
I immediately knew.
So anyway, thank you again. So
Respect each other.
So at this time, we don't have anything under old business. Is there anybody that we need to remember?
We're all here.
Passed away.
What could be anything? We always have a remembrance
We can
section.
remember the people in
Remember
Texas.
anybody that,
Someone passed away.
I'm just saying, we should also think about the people in
Right,
Texas.
Oh, yeah,
Children.
that's right.
that.
It's horrible.
So our next regular meeting is Tuesday, August 12th, 11:30 here at the COA plus Zoom. The time is now 12:07. Does anyone wish to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Lucy?
I did it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, thank you again for being here today and have a great day.
Yeah, that's what we.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna.